Salute, salute, salute. Peace and power. Peace and power. I thank the universal truth and the absolute laws of nature for guiding me, protecting me, and giving me the strength to endure the imperfect. I shall attack with vigor, making progressive moves. A divine mind knows a divine mind shows all things work in divine order. All things work in divine order. All things work in divine order. To the people of the struggle, as you come on in, know that this is a safe space. Know that this is a space for learning and getting learned up. Know this is a space for educating and being educated. Know that this is a space, this is your space, a space of love, of questions, answers, conversations, comments, concerns, dialogue, space for intelligence, seeking truth as we work for a united path towards true liberation. As my classroom assistants come on in, please put all contact information in the chat. For the duration of class, please put all funding information in the chat for the duration of class. If you or anyone you know is in anger management, clearly an anger management space where you believe that they is in dire need, or you believe that you're in dire need of anger management, book an assessment. Find out what triggers you and tools, skill set to de-escalate. If you or anyone you know is in a domestic violence or intimate relationship abusive situation, please book an assessment. Find out the warning signs, learn the alerts, be knowledgeable of these very specific alarms, because the life you save could be your own. Oh yes, it's Saturday night. Saturday night. And we have a lot to cover. Not going to be over intellectual, not going to be over deep. This is hip hop. A lot is going on in hip hop. And usually when I came up on Saturdays, that was the only night we would get to listen to the radio and get our dose of hip hop. Red Alert, Latin Rascals, you know, Friday and Saturdays. That was it. So here we are, Saturday night. But before we begin, I have to give the deepest condolences and shout to the family, right, of Sekou Odinga, one of the most rebellious generals, the most militant practitioners of striving for liberation that we have ever bared witness to. So one of our greatest commanders, truly in the line of arms and struggle, has transitioned. And we acknowledge him. And we kiss him and send him on his way in the most revolutionary manner possible. Yes. So we give a salute to Sekou Odinga, Black Liberation Army General. Okay? Now, before we tag who we got to tag to get to class tonight, because y'all don't tag your class members, so it takes me an extra 15 or 20 minutes to literally send out these notifications by hand on IG and Messenger. Since y'all don't do it, I have to do it. And then we gonna see who's in class. Shannarie, 17. Hey, Shanny. You get the 55. Yeah. Not for you today, why not? You weren't here yesterday or Friday. Had 55. Patrick Jenkins, Wichita, Kansas in the building. Kansas, take the double nickels. You get a 55. TC Salute, Angel. Hey, what's up, Murder Gang? What's going on? B Dolo, we see you. C Blades is in the building. Cool KK. Momo Hakeem in the building. Geechee, 3-4. 55. Yeah. Patty, 55. Vitamin Vision TV. Salute. What's going on? James Crawley, 55. Yeah, take that with you. Jeff Spark, what up? Zoom, 864 TV. Tierra is in the spot. K. Stone is in the spotty spot. We got Michigan in the spotty spot. B Dolo, 55. Yeah, whole lot. Dustfro, 517 piece. Double nickels, 55 for Dustfro. Huh? Janez Campbell, we see you. CDP, what's going on? GB, mask and gloves, what's going on with the mask and the gloves? We see you. Kyra knows 144. We see you, Kai. What's going on? Maxwell Trucking, mask and gloves. What are you doing? Yes, Superstar Rel, 55. J Flies, Memphis is in the building, 44. J, what's up, J? 55. We know you got the info, but you get a 55, J. We glad you up in the spot. Unpopping. Opinions, what's going on? Junebug 83. You in the building, Junebug? You ain't been in the building. 55. Vance, 55. Mark Lewis, what's going on? Yeah, that's right. Jay, we know you there on the scene. And as true to who we are, we know about this unnecessary violence that we got going on, not only in hip-hop and rap, but ourselves as a community, right? Yo Gotti, rapper out of Memphis. His brother got clapped and unalived this morning. Now, if you are not in the know, Memphis, Tennessee has been in the mix of terrible times. Always been a little wild, but for the last decade, it's been just out of control. And one of the names we consistently hear is Yo Gotti. For some who do not know or may not be aware of, Yo Gotti is dating the younger daughter of Joseph, Reverend Run Simmons, Angela Simmons. Now, before we get into all what we want to consider spooky or strange and things, let's be clear. There's been beef in them streets for a long time. Okay? Yes, I'm better, Rodney. Salute. Take your 55, though. Okay? 77 figures. What's up, Hartford? Yes. What's going on? Now, from let's just get into the article out of Memphis. Oh no, my bad. They gave me the wrong joint. That was about black youngster, brother. No, I didn't want that. That's the wrong print. Anyway, it's going viral. We seeing condolences all around the internet. Okay? Somebody stole a car and wrecked into me. Oh man. And Jack. Oh man. Sorry to hear that. Yeah, Memphis is they're going through it. But before we get into that, rituals and sacrifices and all these other, let's just be honest and clear that our people, in the mix of what came out of Reaganomics and this crack era, has been nothing but death, destruction, beef, and it's been ruining our people for decades, man. But before hip hop, before rap, you understand? This has been going on for quite some time. And when people begin to get that bag or larger amounts of money, whether it's in the street or it's been through these vehicles that opened up since commercial rap exploded, especially in the South, and the amount of ammunition and machines hit, man, it's only naturally going to explode. And we gotta remember, most of these states that we are seeing and witnessing that are on the, top 10 of homicides and stuff like that are open carry or have very loose laws pertaining to that. So when you get in guns, when you have that going on, yo, man, and it's already bad blood, we're going to take that out of the equation. I really have to ask people to take that out of the equation. As if, these entities are that powerful. As if this commercial rap is that powerful. That they're making these calls, or that because that took place, because prior to today, right, this man has been getting money. This man has, come on. Many of you or many of us may have just heard the name Yo Gotti and Young Dolph, right? And all the other little youngins that came up out of that area that happened to become unalive. These are household names in their regions. They're household names in their regions. These people are known. I could recall hearing some of them getting write-ups in Murder Dog magazine. And on that DVD, it was a DVD where the dude used to go from hood to hood. He went to Memphis and it was off the meter back then. It had sticks and all that. We talking about the mid-90s. Going into the 2000s, to the mid-2000s. 05, 06, 07, dudes was going around wilding, had their own music. Remember, you talking Memphis hip hop, 8-Ball and MJG. We going back a while. It's not new. So these dudes been getting money. But now social media and this new blame game of everybody else, the all seeing I and this and that. Nah, man, it's just pure ignorance. Pure ignorance. Do we have a household name in New York? We got several that never went nowhere nationally and internationally. We got Andre the Giant, Showbiz and AG. We got Illa G. We had Sean Price. May he sleep in peace. We got a lot of household names that dudes know on sight and as soon as you hear the voice. Yeah. Every region has household names. Every region has those regional stars. And for whatever the reason, they don't get national notoriety. They don't become global. But they've been there. You did? I was a cameraman for Yo Gotti. That's what's up. I spent 2 weeks at his house. He's real. Even took us to Ridgecrest to film the doc. That's what's up, James. Salute, much appreciated. Well, I mean, again, y'all dudes is right there. And so y'all know really what's going on. So when people start talking crazy and misrepresenting the truth, I hope whatever platforms y'all utilizing, that you make your voice heard. Because that's what we need to do. Damn, learn and earn. Woo! See, that's what I'm saying. People are knowledgeable. So a lot of people are not surprised about the news. Though we're going to see it. We're going to get it's going to be a flush of it. It's going to be a flush and a flood of all type of condolences and all type of how real somebody was, and it's going to move. Okay? It's going to move like that. You dig? So just understand that. But we couldn't open class and deal with hip hop on a Saturday evening without acknowledging that. You understand? And trying to, move some of that out of the way. We putting everything on these unseen hands and eyes and all that, and just have to recognize that we hold responsibility for a lot of that. Okay? You dig? It is what it is. Dudes have issues in them streets. They do. And it don't matter. It really don't. I keep telling y'all, it don't matter about how big a bag is. It doesn't matter a name. When it's time to go, it's time to go. And people gonna move. Vitamin Vision, salute for the super chat. What's good? Vitamin Vision TV, peace, Blizz. I find it interesting that cities with such rich black musical history now have a terrible crime record. I guess Detroit, Chicago, Memphis, New Orleans, etc. Throw in Harlem too. Well, of course, music, if the message in the music isn't specific to healing, isn't specific to political struggle, isn't specific to having a good time, love, right? And only go in another direction. Music and words, and if you have music and words with a consistent theme of street, a consistent theme of hustle, a consistent theme of shooting, it's going to go in that direction. And these cities that you named have that consistently. What else have we heard out of Memphis out of the last 10, 15 years that spoke of just love, that spoke of, relationships? We haven't heard of it. What has we heard from New Orleans that speak of love and relationships? We haven't had that, right? Or from the Chi. Shit, last R&B dude we had from the Chi was who? Darnell Jones or one of them? Like, you haven't had that. So this is what's going to be in those areas, and you consistently throwing guns and drugs there, and the people who represent those areas or claim to consistently have that image and aura. Cujo, much appreciated for the super chat. But Cujo, you get a 55. Yeah, I ain't seen you in a little minute. You understand? So of course, that is why these cities, these regions, have high murder rates. Where's the counter to all that? Where's the counter scene? Where's the counter culture? Where's the culture of love and intelligence? You understand? If it's not there, this is what is going to consistently be manifested. That's all we got left. That's it. That's it. That's all you hear is sticks and sticks and sticks and butt clapping, booty hole brown. There's no life in that. That is a consistent theme and message of unaliveness. You dig? Salute. Much appreciated, Van. No doubt. I'm getting there. Okay, so we send condolences out to that family. And, man, to our people in Memphis. They've been going through it consistently. Between him, Gangsta Boo, Dolph, what's Shorty name? That as soon as he got signed, he got popped. One of y'all from down there helped me out. Shorty was fire. Shorty, him and his little crew was, they little rhythm, and they was off and running. I think one of them is still on. But as soon as he got on, his man got clapped. You know, they've been going through it. Next up, y'all. And this is a little triggering for me. It's a little triggering because it's personal. And one thing we do in class, we don't misrepresent the truth. We don't. And I've been consistent in charging these YouTubers, charging these influencers, charging these podcast people, charging this whole social media with shifting narratives, creating absolutely false narratives, misrepresenting the truth, and sometimes all out lying. And standing firm in these lies because they are of the understanding or of the belief that nobody's going to speak up or nobody's equipped enough to challenge them on it. Or that people just not hearing. I hear and I listen. Now, I didn't listen to the entire Drink Champs interview of Azie the rapper. Be honest with you. Again, as I've been honest on this space, in this class, several times when it comes to Drink Champs, I'm not sitting there and listening to 2.5 hours of Nori chuckling and drinking and carrying on. I just can't do it. Can't do it. It's not intellectually stimulating at all. The babbling, the kikiing and all, I can't do it, yo. I just cannot. So I have to take it in pieces and watch clips and clips. Clip came across my YouTube shorts timeline, and this clip of that particular Azie interview on the Drink Champs was an absolute Joel, salute. Thank you for that. It was the way it was worded. It was definitely a misrepresentation of the truth. Definitely. And we're going to get into it. And I'm going to show it to you. And it was unnecessary. I didn't get it. I don't understand why Nori continuously does this on a regular. And people let the shit slide. For what? I don't know. I don't know. Is that part of this spooky shit that y'all talking about? Shifting narratives and all that, and believing that things can be scrubbed off the internet or scrubbed from the way we research things. But one thing you can't scrub is this, especially when somebody was there. Okay? So now this question came out of Nori's mouth. And he said, wasn't it a rumor that the Azie sued you? The Azie from Harlem sued you? And his first gesture was nah. And he said, nah. I don't know. Nah, I didn't know. Who, what? And I don't know if he didn't expect the question or what, but he made an attempt to dodge it, duck it, and then come out with a misrepresentation and saying, I don't know. I don't know. He didn't sue me, maybe EMI, maybe, but it wasn't me. And man, shit had me heated. Because one thing that was consistent in that interview and consistent with what the whole aura and energy of AZ is that he's the God. Asiatic. The God. And one of the 12 jewels, man, we know that. We know the jewels of Islam. We know the 7 characteristics of a wise man. We don't lie. We don't misrepresent. And that's a misrepresentation right there. And it threw me because it was weird how I met AZ from Harlem, AZ Faison. Weird. I mean, weird, but not weird. As you know, I was part of a management team that was managing Ms. Jones and several other acts at the time. The head manager was Charlie Davis. Charlie Davis was actually the individual responsible for the success of Mary J. Blige. All that press made up story, false narrative shit about Andre Harrell and all that. Charlie Davis and Kurt Woodley. Those two were responsible for that. And I was brought in on that team by, of course, my big brother Dallas. And Dallas was definitely the one who was instrumental in keeping things afloat in that space, in the management company, in the literal day-to-day function of it, and financing of it. Financed the office, financed everything that was moving in there, okay? So, one day I come to the office, and mind you now, this is after a tour in the Army. This is after my first bid. This is, we talking 93-ish, right? So, of course, I heard of AZ and Alpo and rich and the stories and all that. And I told you I had a little, I don't know if I got into that story about, a war of words with Al Poe at one point at Norman Thomas High School, but that's neither here nor there. But I go into the office, and there's this big guy in the office with Charlie. And Charlie introduced me. Hey, this is Blizz, this is Azie. Shook his hand. Okay, what's good? What's going on? First thing out of his mouth, man, Charlie fronting on me. I'm trying to get him to manage me to get this deal going. So, of course, okay, no doubt they laughed it off. Boom, Charlie moved, and now it's just me and AZ in the office. And AZ specifically lets me read his script for his movie, and he said he got a soundtrack. I said, oh, word? I said, who wrote who wrote it for you? Well, I wrote this script myself. Oh, word? Okay, what's up? You got a soundtrack? Who did the soundtrack? Me. I said, you did everything? I did everything. Produced the beats, wrote the rhyme, and I listened. He let me listen to the soundtrack and the script. So I'm like, damn. My first thing, oh, you good money. You about to blow. No question. Because the shit was so gritty and so New York and so real and authentic. And I knew his history. I'm like, damn, this dude is going to blow. No doubt. So before any of the Master P's and all that, this was it. AZ. This is even after the mob style videos with this is for the honeys and all that. This is after that. You're talking 9-3, 9-4. Right before everybody was getting ready to get these deals from these majors and stuff. So I was like, okay, cool. When he was getting ready to leave, call the security upstairs. I'm like, damn, son got security. Big, tall, about 6'5", NOI brother. Who that? Well, that's Brother Mike. Okay, Brother Mike, no doubt. Boom, they breeze. I don't think none of it. Okay, I met that dude. At the time, I was meeting a lot of dudes. Running around. Now, not only am I part of this management team and definitely running with AZ the rapper and Wu Tang and them members, I'm in the street doing my thing. And I had a little escort service. And in that escort service, I had several women who frequented Upper Manhattan. One little particular lady had moved in a building on the Upper West Side in the 90s somewhere. Little building in the cut, looked like some Felix Unger, Oscar Madison type shit. Doorman and everything. She was in there with one of her daddies or whatever you may call them, living there. So I'm going to check on her one day, and all of a sudden, as I'm coming in, who's coming out? AZ and Brother Mike. Oh. And it kind of startled him because I just met him. So, of course, gave me pieces and so boom, boom, boom. Okay, that's what's up. But in them leaving, it definitely wasn't comfortable for them. And, of course, who would be comfortable with somebody you just meeting, knowing and seeing you come out of a space where you rest your head? Especially knowing they from Brooklyn. Nevertheless, it was what it was. I seen him. We spoke, boom, boom. I think I seen him one more time after that at the office. Then, of course, my history switched up. I caught a bid. The rest is what it is. Now, of course, while I'm doing the bid, I am in the law journal every day. Right? Reading my case, seeing when my appeal is coming up, reading other people's appeals, reading corporate law, reading everything. Of course, word on the street was that Azie from Harlem was suing Azie the rapper. Really? And wouldn't you know it, it came out in the law journal, as everything does. Once people bust that legal paper, that legal hammer, it's going to be public record. It's going to come out. So I know for an absolute fact that this took place. Peace, Blizz. I was there when Rondo Robinson of Sugar Hill Records gave Azie Faison the idea to sue Azie for $400K. Cash rules. Salute Cash rules. Yeah. This is common knowledge. So there's no misrepresentation. It's not. So, because I definitely don't have any law journals, and I'm not paying for Westlaw. But I know what I know. And in making an attempt to research on social media, especially after 9/11, a lot of things get scrubbed. After 9/11, after dial-up and all that, and after the global use, right, of the internet and, the dark web, a lot of people believe you can lie and misrepresent and just tell an untruth because they believe nobody's going to find it or take the time out to find out what's really good. But I stand for truth. So, as I'm looking, I find little to no intel, even going through case law on certain websites. Wouldn't let you find it. So I found one article that's consistent, right? In this article, in 1996, rapper Azie paid out a $450K court settlement to Harlem kingpin Azie for use of his name. For use of his name. What's in the name? 450 G's. Right? Azie Faison, a former drug dealer known on Harlem streets as Azie, is distinguishing himself from that other Azie, the rapper whose recent single Sugar Hill went gold. Someone put a gun and put it on your forehead and you see them pull a trigger. It was a very learning experience for me. This is Azie from home, right? Faison considers this experience hard enough earned that nobody should be able just to adopt the tag Azie and sing about being a Sugar Hill drug dealer. This other Azie on the videos looks as if he was never shot, not even once. He looks like a kid to me, Faison says. So Faison figures that he was only right in suing. The papers his lawyer filed in Manhattan federal court last year charged that the other Azie had stolen not just his client's moniker, but a persona that arose from a career as a young drug dealer. Okay? The career ended abruptly on August 21st, 1987. Ironically, 16 years after George Jackson was assassinated, August 21st. When Faison and 5 other people were shot in a drug ripoff by none other than Ronald Timmons of the notorious Timmons twins. Faison arrived at Lincoln Hospital to have a detective take a dying declaration. Okay, right? Now this is just one article. One article. And you had to dig for this. But it still bothered me that he said, when asked by Nori, I don't know. Maybe label, but it wasn't me. So then we had to dig a little deeper and find a New York Daily News article. Now this is the Daily News. It's unfathomable for me or for anybody to believe that you don't know when somebody sues you. When you don't know, you serious? Instead of saying, yeah, there was an issue there, it was clarified, cleared up. To say you don't know? Come on. Ironically, the first article that I found took his information from the Daily News. Okay? I was shot 9 times, twice in the head. This is how Michael Daly from the Daily News. Okay? You were sued. Right? Yo. Let me get into it, because that said what this said. But this said even more. And I know for a fact because I've read the case. This is case law. If you have Westlaw, if you are an aspiring entertainment lawyer or lawyer, shit, or paralegal, you could go to Westlaw and get it. Okay? Listen. Let's go and read what he said. Faison says, I was trying to show them right over wrong. The public reaction was as might have been predicted. People didn't want to hear that, Faison says. I was definitely ahead of my time. Speaking of his other songs and projects. Okay? Last year, Faison ended up broke on a stoop in Sugar Hill across the dry cleaners where he had worked for $75 a week before becoming a drug dealer. He suffered a surprise to rival that of being shot when somebody handed him a red and black flyer announcing that a rapper named Azie was coming out with a song called Sugar Hill. I felt this to be very strange, Faison says. Over the days ahead, Azie posters were plastered all over the neighborhood. Faison was met with the same question everywhere he went. Everywhere he went. Because there was no pictures. It was just Azie. A and a Z. That was it. That was the promo for Sugar Hill. Let's continue. Quote, Azie, Faison. People were coming up saying, when's your single out? Faison says, I said, I don't have any record coming out. One friend stopped by to urge Faison to share some of the wealth that he was surely rolling his way. I said, what? Faison recalls. He said, stop playing me, man. Give me some money. Where's your car? I know you got something new out here now. Faison was at another friend's house when he heard the DJ say, Azie for real on Sugar Hill. Then he heard the other Azie sing the record. The song was a first-person account of a Sugar Hill drug dealer who becomes a recovered man. I said, This sounds like me, Faison says. I said, I'm Azie. I was born and raised in the heart of Sugar Hill. I said, this don't make sense. Somebody urged Faison to sue, and he retained attorney Lawrence Weiss. The suit docketed as 95 Civil 7110 in Manhattan Federal Court alleged that the other AZ, real name Anthony Cruz, appropriated to himself the name, identity, persona, and life story of the plaintiff. This is a federal document, which means you were subpoenaed. They named you in the case. You don't know that? You don't know you don't know that? I know it. I'm in the mountains reading about it. And I seen the appeal, and I seen when it was affirmed. He won the case. And it surprised me. Why? Because I know that there was no intent as far as the name goes, because Anthony Cruz is his name. So I was shocked. I had to read the legalities in it. I had to read the statutes. But you can't come out and change and misrepresent the truth 20 years later. What are we doing? Let's continue. In recompense, Faison asked for $10 million. He also sought to enjoin Cruz from using the name AZ, as this was likely to cause confusion and mistake and to deceive consumers and others as to the affiliation, connection, and association of defendant with plaintiff. He was named as a defendant. There's no way you're going to be named as a defendant in a legal suit and not know. What are we doing? Cruz's lawyers denied that their client had ripped off anybody's identity. They also suggested that Faison could not claim protective right to letters of the alphabet. You or I could pick up the name AZ and go out there and perform, Attorney David Zakarian says. So if y'all really want to know, he may not talk if he's still representing him, but I could look up the lawyer. You can look up the lawyer. Okay? In the depositions, Faison gave sworn statements as to the status of as a bona fide drug dealer known as AZ who had been shot 9 times. The lawyers in April agreed to a settlement whose terms the parties were prohibited from discussing. Okay? So maybe that threw him. We didn't have to discuss the terms. All you have to do is say, yeah. That's over with. Yeah, that was over with, man. Come on, that's almost 30 years ago. It was a suit, and that was that. But to say you don't know and know as if it didn't happen, maybe. Come on, yo. Come on, yo. Faison does indicate that his, remuneration is some $9,550,000 less than he sought. He says he is using the money to bankroll a record of his own. He will be assuming a new rap name based on A's status in the first letter of the alphabet and Z as the 26th. So he ain't even telling you in this article that he got some bread. Do you understand? It make no sense for these individuals to recreate history. What are we doing? When we do that, we challenge them old-fays for doing it in their encyclopedias and their history books when they misrepresent who we are, what transpired in the enslavement of our people. We have scholars that have to debunk information that's false. How are we going to let our own people do it? Like it's okay. It means you're a liar. Why? In this stage of the game, we doing that on the biggest platforms. And again, when they do that, that makes the foundation shift. That makes the foundation light. And we need to stop that. We need to stop it. Just happened again with Uncle Murder. Well, I lied about getting clapped in the cabbage. It was just a little graze. But at the time, I lied and went for it. And we supposed to excuse that? This is consistent. So you see why you get individuals to create their own spaces to say, yo, hold up. Yo, I was there. That wasn't like that. That didn't go like that. Because they got kids of their own. Because we need to stop. We need to stop that bullshit. Oh yeah, you didn't hear that, Fred? You didn't see that? You could DM me. It's all on Azie. He just gave an interview. Said, yeah, I didn't get shot in my head. I got grazed, the glass cut me, and but I didn't get clapped. Why are we doing that? Why is grown men, Molly, much appreciated for the green screen. Why are we doing that? At over 50. Gentlemen, we over 50. We're not kids lying to get out of a beating or not get punished by our parents. You want people to celebrate Hip Hop 50. You want people to acknowledge and come to shows and buy merch and stuff, and you lying. For what? For what? So, again, the same way y'all praising Cat Williams for supposedly telling the truth and exposing, in the same way you're looking at Shannon Sharp and Cat is saying, why you let him lie like that? Why you let Mickey Smiley lie? Shay, yo, I don't know. I didn't know he was lying. I thought he was telling the truth. So, St. Nori, though he should know, or maybe too drunk and high in that era back then to really know. But no, you got sued. So what? It's no big deal. It was what it was. And a lot of people know the truth. I just happen to be one who's very well researched and have a photographic memory, especially when it comes to hip hop and peoples and situations. Come on, man. It is what it is. Okay, that's 1. 2, yeah, this class gonna be a little decent tonight. Yeah. So fund the war effort. Let's go. Yeah, y'all didn't know? Murder. Lied about getting clapped in the cabbage. He ain't get hit in the head with nothing but glass. Okay. Now, I don't know how many times I've seen it, and I don't know how many times people have sent it to me. If you all want to jack that that's Dave Chappelle, be my guest in that parody video that is only available on one site, and that everybody's pulling from that one site. I done looked at several pictures of young Dave, and I've watched that video probably about 40 times. That don't look like Dave Chappelle. Kendall Hampton, salute for the green screen. Thank you for funding the war effort. Listen, don't look like Dave. Look in his teeth, look in his face, look in the shape of his head. First of all, that wasn't Howard Stern. It's a parody video. That wasn't Baba Booey. None of them people. That was a parody video of that whole set. That ain't Dave. I'm sticking to it. If he come out and say it's him, if Howard come, well, I know Howard ain't coming through, because that was a parody video. And in the interview, matter of fact, there's several interviews, several times Dave went on in the studio and did an interview with Howard. I'm going to go research and check those and listen to see if they even mention that. But I know for a fact, dude had on a prosthetic nose. That wasn't Baba Booey and the rest of them dudes. So why would Dave Chappelle be the only authentic person in that video? You know, y'all can keep watching, keep looking. My thing I suggest you all do is the head shape is different, the eye setting is different, the ears are different. It's a very good lookalike, but I'm standing tall on it. That ain't Dave Chappelle. Okay? Let's move on. Got rid of that. Yeah, because I got to do this like this now, because sometimes I'll be going and I'm moving and I forget things that I want to say, you know. But I had to make sure, you know I was going to make sure to clear up some of that lie. And again, as I always say, anybody feels that because I speak the way I speak, that I'm being disloyal, disingenuous, or don't keep it all the way. Oh, the little things he said about Foxy, I can disprove that. Here they go. Keep telling y'all about the Foxy letters. Okay? And what she really feels about Azie. What really happened to her at Def Jam. What Leo Cohen really did. And again, like I said, I have no reason to start putting these out, all the information that's in it. Because I damn sure know that she didn't lie. Because one thing you do when you're sitting in a cell and you're corresponding with people and you're writing them and they're writing you, oh, usually you're very truthful in that. Oh yeah, you're very truthful in that. Very truthful. So I'm believing what she said about these rappers and executives and how they actually treated her. You understand? Yeah, so, yeah, Miss Foxy, right? Yeah, you see? Boogie, F Boogie, you see? Right? Rikers Island letters. Okay? So, trust me, man, you don't want to go there. We're not going there. We're not going there at all. Okay? Because if anything I've ever been on social media is truthful. That's why I take an offense when people are not. because the kids are watching. They are. Did Azie even say Yami introduced him to Nas? Yami might have did it. Yami was going out there for the longest. You know, maybe Yami, sleep in peace. He was going out there for the long. He might have been. There's no other reason to connect A to Nas. None. Azie, the Bammers, East New York. Nas, Queensbridge, Queens. There's no way for what? Back then? Without a whip? Without going to school and stuff like that? For what? There's no reason and no way for that connection to be made. It's just not. So Yami probably did. Yami was going out there. Family, whatever. He might have introduced him. But again, I didn't go through the whole interview. That's no need to. I can't sit there. But when little pieces come through and I know that is not right and exact, I'm going to speak on that. He know 1,000% that he was sued. Him and EMI. When they name it and drop it in the lawsuit, come on, man. They're not playing. If the lawyer's going to pick up the case, he's going to go all the way down. When you sue the city, you sue the mayor, you sue the hiring agency, all that. If you work for the city, if not, everybody goes down the line, depending on how thorough your damn lawsuit is and your lawyer. Shit, they sue the city comptroller and all that in there. So it's going to say EMI, it's going to name the president, it's going to name the entities, it's going to name Azie. All of them get subpoenaed. What are we doing here? Come on. And it wasn't like it was a thought of, it was immediate. Flower out the mouth. I don't know. What? What? All right. Next up, Mos Def. And only because, one of the most active classmates sent it to me. Mos Def, in some recent interview, was asked about Drake. And he called Drake pop. Considered pop music. Now, I've been telling y'all for some time that the reason why a lot of these individuals are getting exposed is because lanes are shifting. Not only is there a lot of truth being exposed, but a lot of people haven't been earning for the industry, for the elites in the industry, and put in certain spaces and taking up time. And you're not earning, you're not bringing no bread in, you're not nothing. So what happens? They have to shift in order to maintain control, because not only are they not earning, but the audience is waking up and looking for new directions. You understand? They're going to get tired of the fighting, the beefing, the shooting, the over-sexuality. They get tired. And that's what make way for this little weird shit like K-pop and all of them to start coming through. Because they get so upset and disgusted by commercial rap and hip-hop. But Mos Def has been gone for a minute. And recently, I've been telling you, he's been going live. This is their new path. They start being a presence on social media because they know their base has been missing them. Those who've been on it, been on it. Those who haven't, all of a sudden, he's going live almost every day. And when he's going live, he's not spitting no bars. He's not talking about no music. Mos Def is going live and praying. Now, don't get me wrong. To each his own. There's absolutely nothing wrong with how you worship and give praise. But ain't nobody following Most Def to see you come on live talking about praying everybody's a human being and all this other esoteric bullshit. Nigga, we want to see you spit something. We know when the next joint coming out. Where's your flute, damn it? Do something. Don't just sit there quoting surahs and all that. Nobody don't want that. But that's what he's been doing. So I said, he's getting ready to get back in the whip. And that's what he done. Because in this interview, he was very, 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 very descriptive in what he felt about Drake. I feel that I believe that when you walk in Target, that's what you hear. You hear Drake. Now this dude ain't have a hit. I mean a hit. Since Miss Fat Booty. Serious. And I know. I got him. Listen, of all time, Most Def, anywhere within the top 25. Yeah. But for him to come on somebody's space and to try to disrespect this man for having music that could be played in Target? Like, come on, man. Come on, yo. Come on. Cut that shit out, Yasin. Cut it out. Cut it out, yo. You would hope that you put a song together right now in 2024 that they'll pick up and play in Target. Because they ain't playing shit nowhere else. Radio is dead. Sirius radio is about to be dead. It's doing the same corny shit that broadcast radio used to do. So the only other spaces is the gaming systems, television, and shit like Target, Walmart, Starbucks. Yeah, that's where you're getting played at if you are making a significant dent in the audience. So why are you trying to diss this dude? Why you, really? Really? Come on, man. And this is what's wrong. This is what's wrong. So now we're supposed to take all this attention and telling you by tomorrow, this is what you're gonna hear. Most Def, this is Drake. And then Drake, this, you know, the format. Oh, Drake gonna address that. And now there's going to be this big conversation about pop and about what? Because Most Def ain't been underground since Miss Fat Booty. That Umi Says shit was nothing underground about Umi Says at all. That was in conjunction with what? Was that LeBron or MJ was on some movie joint? That wasn't underground. Umi Says was what? Damn near neo soul. I was singing and chanting and harmonizing. What? That wasn't nothing but that. Yeah, Jordan. Yeah, it was a commercial, right? Yeah. Jordan. What happens if they play that in Target? What happens if they play that in Starbucks in rotation? You wouldn't be glad to get them streams up? Sir, you haven't acted in them. They just kicked you all the way out the whip. Damn near kept you up out of the country. So now instead of the conversation being, one of consciousness, right? Because that's where you were. That's who you were. Now we throwing shots, direct shots at Trey. That's what we doing? Come on, man, cut that shit out, yo. That's why I said these people playing a lot of games on the internet, a lot of games on social media, and while they're playing games, we're losing. We're losing. Somebody's putting a bug in their ear, telling them, yo, that's how you gotta go at it now, man. We gotta stomp them beats. Them beats. That's what the kids is listening to. No, man. No. Kids ain't listening to that. They thirsting for some truth. Because the games, once you start playing them, we never go back. We don't get back to business. We don't get back to seriousness. So he took a complete, he threw a jab. Right at Drake, threw it, boom. Now what's going to be Drake's comeback? Because he's going to come back. He don't let nothing sit. Especially if y'all start allowing that little clip to go viral. Instead of him just saying, he's cool, it's all right. It's not my particular lane. That's all. But not, he's pop. He's pop. Which one of them right now? That's the whole damn genre is pop. Ain't no more hip hop. The whole shit is pop. Umi Says was pop. What are we doing? So please, if Drake is pop, show us the alternative next time you go live. Next time you go live, y'all seen, babe? Misfit all of everybody, how human beings, how y'all doing, human beings, all the human beings. As if E.T. or Bibble is coming from somewhere. We know what the hell we are. Spit some bars, man. Getting hip-hop popping again. Because that's why we in the space we are now. People who know better, not doing better, right? Because look, y'all made stars. Y'all made social media giants of individuals who claim to be doing shit for black folk. For black people, for black men. We gotta do this. We talking about prison reform. We talking about the youngest. We gotta do this. We gotta do that. And they clowning. They clowning, right? You see Gilly? You see Charleston? I wonder when. I'm trying to really figure out and wonder at what point has black power, black pride helping our youth? I'm trying to figure out what part of that is dancing with little people. Tiny 304s. Little people, old-faced strippers. Well, what part of the game is that? When has that been the format towards liberation? I got to know. Because Gilly doing it, Charleston doing it. You got to tell me what part of the game is that? What part of the game is that? These big-ass, old-ass black men dance with little Karens? Tiny Karens. Naked damn near. What part of the game is this? And these are the individuals. They make viral sensations. Initially supposed to be speaking truth to power. And he deep. I appreciate the struggle. And these dudes is dancing with tiny hoes? Like, what are we doing? Tiny people. What part of black empowerment is dancing with miniature strippers? I'm confused, man. I'm all the way confused. Prison reform is going to come through the ass of a tiny person? Our young black dudes that spin the block, that's engaged with these heavy machines, that is going to be washed away if we show them how to dance with little people strippers? That's where we at now. That's why my subscription numbers keep dropping. Because I ain't got no little people strippers on my calendars and shit. I got to go get me some little old fake people and put them in the thong and have them dancing behind me or on top of my shoulders, you know, doing all that and clowning. That's what's going to be the image of empowerment. Because it's happening. This is what we do. Gilly is just got on alive and in the interview saying that people are disrespectful when they question whether or not he's with the Illuminate ones. Whether or not he gave his son up. You gotta question that when you see that this is and bragged about that foolishness. Harlem packed 3,000 people in a space. Ain't nobody else doing that. So you packed an arena in the city of Philly with proud, deaning black Muslims. And you put them tiny strippers in a goddamn dome? You proud of that? That's black empowerment? And this is, you get mad when people questioning that? Talking about they're disrespected? You just disrespected a whole city. Majority population black Muslims. And threw in front of them these nasty trailer park old fays. Of course people gonna question that. I don't see how that's gonna be black empowerment at all. This is where we at with it. This is where we at with it when we play and clown, when we misrepresent the truth, when we lie, when we start these internet beefs, when rappers is beefing. This is where you end up with people who claim to be solid up here. Doing foolish shit. That's where we at with it. Charleston. Little people. Porn people. Old phase. Wow, right in his backyard, a 6-year-old girl lost her life to gun violence while her mother was making funeral arrangements for her 14-year-old who died in the same gun violence. But this internet sensation who claims that we working for the people, this is happening in his backyard. Incident after incident in Dallas, in Fort Worth, of kids we claim to be reaching and claim to be addressing. Kids leaving around weapons, firearms. What excuse can you give that mother? But remember, he recently said, I don't care about the people. I'm about getting paid. I don't care about the people. Damn black people, I'm here to get paid. Right. Because everything is everything till it ain't. Everything is funny till it ain't. Okay? And that's what's tiring. Melanated black men, adults, who you know better and not doing better, but accumulating attention and resources. The only educated guess is that they're operatives, that they're agents of an agenda, that they're using what they have to distract. That's the only logical and educated guess anyone could make, because it makes no sense that people who have nothing can do so much more, who are working and doing so much more. Because when they get it, you don't see them. When they get it, the work isn't done. So, what's really hood? What's really hood? And you question why these black women are running with the narratives that they run with when it comes to black men. When you have individuals who run with the narratives of, damn, a hip-hop and rap and all. They don't want nothing to do, because these are the representations. This is what has come out of that. Gilly, an underground rapper who reinvented himself. And this is what you do. You reinvent yourself. You find a way through the ashes to recreate yourself, to get to some place. And all you have to show for it is standing in a boxing ring with two naked oafes, a little person and another one. What's the joke? What's so funny in that? And another who came through the system, Charleston White, came through the systems. Young person system, public school system, juvenile system, systems. And at the end of it all, this is what you manifest. Getting in a van with old fake porn queens and a little person. This is why you have woke and conscious folk pull back and say like, yo, it is what it is. I'm gone. I'm done. So when tunnels are running through Brooklyn, when you can't even brush your teeth because the water is crazy, when you can't go to the store because the prices are crazy, there's nobody to look to because the leadership is like, nah, I'm gone. And then we have an energy that are taking away because it's time for them to go. They did their work. So when Sekou Odinga transitions, when Mutulu Shakur transitions, and when the minister transitions, who you gonna have left? These niggas? I'm saying that's a good exchange for you. When the minister Louis Farrakhan transitions, you got Gilly and Wallow, or Dr. Umar and Suki. I'm saying we lose Mutulu Shakur and Sekou Odinga months apart. And who we left with? Charleston? Like, really? But all I could do is what I could do. That's it. That's it. I done banged and banged and banged. I done banged in the street. I done banged behind walls. I done banged on this internet. That's it. Serious. I'm serious. It's but so much an individual can do. It is. Or say. I guess that's what people want. They want that shit. And it's all good with me. I'm a soldier. I'm going to do what I got to do. Regardless. I'm well equipped. Me and mine will definitely be right and exact. I have absolutely no problem doing what I got to do to secure our spaces. But I'm telling you, in what this has been, this Saturday class, yo, telling you. Dudes better buckle down, yo. Stop paying attention to these bozos, or yo, it's your kids. If you don't think that the streets of Memphis, if you don't think the streets of Houston, if you don't think the streets of Newark and Philly and Brooklyn and the Bronx and Savannah and Atlanta and Fayetteville and Durham, if you don't think the Bay Area, if you don't believe that you are going to see our women and fathers holding their youth crying just like they do in Palestine, you're sadly mistaken, yo. You're sadly mistaken. That shit is coming sooner than you think. And you keep watching these clowns who's not giving you no information, no strategies or tactics when it comes to this shit, and you going to be boo-hooing. And if there's one thing that I learned being a hospital responder in that pure violence shit is nothing like watching a grown man cry because his son or daughter and got their head popped off. I'm telling you, I done felt that night after night. Grown ass men getting weak in my arms because they lost their child. This shit is unnecessary and don't have to happen. But it's gonna happen. Palestinians ain't gonna be the only ones burying their kids. It's happening more and more right here every day. And y'all want to keep watching them clown niggas do clown shit. It is what it is. But again, don't believe in me. Believe in my belief in you. Continue to fund this war effort. Continue to come back to class with all 10 fingers and 10 toes. Continue to live out your potential to be greater every day because you can do it. Get this bullshit up out of your space and really start dealing with science and math and warfare. Straight up, man. These dudes is, man, they playing a con game like any other con man. And they trying to make sure that they pockets is secure for when it's time for them to move, yo. I'm telling you. They thinking they gonna run off to the bank with it. And just like any other space in a time of war, when the woke get woke, yo, I'm just gonna be watching. Say, see? Telling you, nobody gonna forget. They not. They not. Alright? So again, y'all be safe out there. Get back to class safe.